as a coach, I take care of people's bodies around the clock. And here I am, not necessarily neglecting mine, but I've definitely been putting this off. So it's time to pull the trigger and get this partial replacement, which is going to be the Rehab run procedure, which is a procedure that is designed for individuals like myself who are athletes, who are aggressive, who are still young and still want to keep themselves in the game and are not ready to get a full shoulder replacement. So a link down in the description to the video that actually explains the Rehab run. But the Rehab run procedure is basically where they take the ball of your shoulder, the humeral head, and they shave that off. They then replace that with a titanium type composite ball, right? So now you have a new ball. Now they do not mess with the joint. What they do though, since I am bone on bone, they will go in there and they will basically scrape around on the inside of the shoulder joint. And what that does is that kind of makes the bone bleed, makes the bone sweat. And that is going to be the new quote unquote cartilage for me with this new joint, this replacement. So it's a lot to get into. I'll probably do a video specifically on the Rehab run, but that is the procedure that I will be getting. And again, this procedure allows active athletes like myself to still get in the game and not necessarily be limited in their ability to perform. So here's what these injuries have taught me. They've definitely changed my mindset around pain, ego, and performance. And I'll start with pain. So I live with chronic shoulder pain. So again, like I mentioned before, I don't even know what it feels like to be pain-free. So when it comes to my mindset around pain is the body is very, very resilient. And there is a lot that we're able to push through and still do. And you know, you hear people talk all the time about, oh, well, this hurts and that hurts and this is painful and that's painful. And I feel you, I hear you. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm very limited to do, but I still find ways to move. And even though some things may be a little painful, I still make them happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, I fight through a little bit more pain. I'm a little bit more tolerant to pain now than I used to be, just for the simple fact that, like, look, you know, I know that I have to deal with this and I still have to get shit done. So I just kind of push through. Now, when it comes to ego, it's definitely been a big ego check because, you know, like I said before, you know, mentally, I want to go in the gym and just perform the way that I want to perform as an athlete. And I'm not necessarily able to because I'm limited with my ability. So for me, I haven't really ego trained in a very, very long time, but you know, I've been there just like everybody else. And you know, this was years and years ago, and honestly probably what has put me in this predicament back in high school. But my ego has definitely been dumbed down a lot. So I train for what I can do. I don't train for what others can do. And when I go to the gym, I put blinders on, I chase the blood, I make it feel good, I do my thing, I know my limitations, I'm in and I'm out. I don't try to watch other people. I don't try to get other people to watch me. I don't care. So again, egotistically, I'm checked out and I do not care, and I am happy to be here. Now, performance obviously is another thing that has taken a big hit. I'm not able to perform the way that I know that I can. I know my body's full potential. I've been an athlete my whole life. I was All-American athlete when I was in college, and I live a very, very active lifestyle, even for as limited as I am now. So for me, it is sad to see performance take such a hit, but again, I still show up every day and I still go through the gauntlet. I still train, I still rest, I still recover, I still eat, I still do everything that everybody else does. I'm a little affected, right? So my performance isn't top notch, but what I do is I just train for the best that I can train for me. And, you know, I set my own little PRs and I, you know, chase myself, and I don't really try to compete against others. So when it comes to performance, I think that's probably the biggest change, is that instead of always competing against others like I have in sports and just friendly competitions here and there, I now so more train against myself, and I know my limitations, how to push past them, how to make sure that I govern myself when I need to. So I just kind of perform against myself now, and as long as I am performing at the best of my ability and I'm better than I was, you know, yesterday, I'm happy. I'd say that the adjustments I've made in training over the years with all these shoulder issues has been incredible. If you were to look at me in the gym, you probably would be like, this dude's form is so fucked up. Like, what is he doing? But that is just because I am very modified when I I train, because with all my shoulder limitations, it is very, very minimal. Matter of fact, I did a video that I will do in another YouTube video at some point and show you guys. But the way my range of motion is, the way my shoulders move, the pain, it's very difficult to train. So a lot of my training modifications has been bringing everything more close, so more narrow. I used to, obviously like train shoulders out wide, train chest out wide, but now everything I do is in kind of my box. It's in my kind of work zone right here. So even my shoulder press is close, my bench is close. I also try to use unilateral movements. So I like dumbbells, I like unilateral style machines. I don't do anything really barbell or anything where I have to kind of use a bar or anything like that, just simply because both my shoulders don't move the same. So I need to train each one a little different because my pathways are a little different. So training has been tremendously modified, but at the end of the day, I still push myself. I still put my body through what I need to create enough stimulus for change, and I still show up. So even though my training's been modified, my intent, my drive, just my aggression for the gym has all remained the same. It's just my energy's just changed a little bit differently, and I just train a little bit different. My injuries have also changed the way that I approach my health and coaching. I'd say that it's changed for my own personal health in the fact that I am much more geared towards longevity now. I'm much more into a lot of the things that promote health and longevity as opposed to the options we have that promote aesthetics, more so I'll say. And not that I don't like to look a certain way. I've been a bodybuilder before, so once you're a bodybuilder, you never go back to being normal. So I do hold myself to a certain standard, but I'm just at a point in my life now where being healthy is more important than looking a certain way. But I also know through all the years that I've been doing this, that as long as you show up every day and you do the healthy things, the body's gonna follow suit. So I am not worried about losing my aesthetics or losing my shape by training for longevity and more health. But that is really where my health coaching, or from where my health has gone for myself. Now, how my coaching has changed for my athletes and how I treat my athletes is also very different because I'm more health conscious with them as well. So where I used to be very go, 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 push, 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 no days off, fucking team no sleep, all that bullshit, I'm now more so, we need to rest and digest. Like, your 4 or 5 days that you train during the week, I want you to train as hard as you can. But those 2 to 3 days that you're off this, week, I also want you to rest as hard as you can too. So that's kind of where these injuries have played a pretty major role into my personal health, and then of course how I coach my athletes. But I think it's a positive shift. So there are a lot of positive benefits that's come out of being injured, but yeah, shit still sucks.